2025. I will call the meeting to order and ask for a roll call. By
Mr. Sewell?
yes, here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Curtis here. Ms. Thornton Laura?
Here.
Ms. Montgomery is absent. I'm here without a quorum.
Very good. Then I will ask for an approval of the regular minutes of the meeting of April 10th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve? Motion to approve. Second. Second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion is approved. Item number 3 on our agenda, public comment period. Ms. Baldwin, is there anyone that wishes to speak to the board?
No, I don't know. No, it's just internal folks. Yep.
All right, then we'll move on to our solicitors report, Ms. Schramm.
Thank you, Mr. Story. I have some legislative acts cleanup. So I have 2 parcels, 28 J's in Jackson, 252 tiebreaker D1, and 28 J's in Jackson, 252 at tiebreaker 1. These are municipal challenges of the opposite property assessments grant of exemption. The city argued, although there are future plans to develop the parcel for tax exempt purposes, the parcel is currently vacant. As we all know, that is, as long as there's plans to develop and there's been substantial effort made towards the plans, that property is exempt. So we would request that the board denies that tax exempt challenge and the property would remain tax exempt.
All right. Do you want to do this as a group or just piecemeal? Because
I have 2
you
that
have a
are
number of
piecemeal.
parcels.
I have 2 that are piecemeal and 1 I would like to do as a group.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve the recommendation of our solicitor on these 2 items?
Motion to approve the recommendation for parcels 28J 252 B1 and 28J 252 F.
Second? Second. Any discussion? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion is approved.
Thank you. This next one is a little bit different, which is why I wanted to do it separately. It's 746 J's in Jackson 4. This was an owner challenge of a denial of a 2024 exemption to come forward. OPA denied it upon use. It is owned by the church, but it is the pastor's home, so it's residential. It was rented until 2023, and it was not used at all in 2024. It is now being used for regular worship, so it does have a tax exempt status for 2025. However, in 2024, it was not being used. So we would recommend that we deny the appeal for 2024, but grant it for 2025 and
So it would be taxable for 2024.
24, and then
Wanna make
exempt
sure.
for 25 and
Forward. Good. Is there a motion to approve the recommendation?
Is that a question? If it's being occupied by ministry as a primary residence, is it exempt?
parsonages or not. This was a home that we were living in, and they had rented it out.
It's
Right.
rented out to
In
someone
any,
else.
in any parsonage.
Okay, all
Always. Tax.
right. That has to just, go through the chair.
Yeah, no,
All right. You okay with that?
Yeah.
So there was a motion to approve, right?
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those carried.
This next is, I'm gonna ask to take as a group, you have a list of multiple parcels. First parcel is 2F321. We have parcels for Duquesne University, University of Pittsburgh, Canterbury Place, UPMC, and McKee Women's Hospital. And these were City of Pittsburgh challenges for tax exempt status granted by the county. All of these parcels, there was no evidence submitted to sustain the city's burden to change the tax exempt status. So we would recommend denying the appeal for all of these. They would remain tax exempt. You would have to ask the city why they have them. So they presented not sufficient evidence. How much money the chief medical officer at UPMC makes is not particularly enough to meet tax exempt status. It might be.
All of this is interesting. So your motion
My
is
motion
to
is to deny.
deny all of it.
Yes.
Is there a motion to everything on that sheet? Bottom of the page, page 2.
Motion as stated.
Second? Second. Any other discussion? Favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's
Okay,
it.
that's all I have.
Thank you. And now we have the Office of Property Assessment Report. Who is representing the, I think the Hills Manager is off this week. So is there any report from the Office of Property Assessment?
Yes, the BPAAR was provided the report, the board report you normally get.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I do not have additional information beyond that for you.
All right, any questions for the Office of Property Assessment? Next, we'll go to the items for consideration by the Board Administrator, Ms. Baldwin.
You guys have my report here.
Yes.
The first one is, I have a couple of recent and no board action for parcel ID 2004, M as in Mary, 6, Tiebreaker 320. This one is for a property owner that received change notices for tax year 2024 and an interim for 2023. He initially received them and he filed a timely special appeals application for both tax years. They were scheduled and heard in July of 2024. And dispositions will mail out for those tax years. He received a second round of change notices for the same tax years because apparently OPA went out or the assessors went out and made an error correction to the property and the value. So he received,
After the first.
yes, after the first dispositions now. So he had second hearings, one December for 2024. It was December 20th, and for the interim of 2023, it was heard July or January 11th of this year. And they are pending now on the board approval list for today, those hearings. So we discussed this together, Mr. Sully, and I guess the idea is that we would resend the original dispositions that went out, no board action because they were, yeah.
Hope they were written by.
Yes,
Yeah.
that were written by the current ones that are pending on the board approval list for today.
Ms. Rupp, any
I
question on
think that
that?
makes sense.
Motion to approve the recommendation of the Board Administrator?
Motion to approve the recommendation of the board administrator as written.
Good. Second? Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next.
The next one is a resend of schedule. This parcel ID 1H196 was brought to our attention, to BPAAR's attention by our chief assessor, chief assessor, Mr. Fabian here. And it was one where a hearing for this parcel was not actually heard, but a hearing officer had updated the record to reflect that it was heard. It went through the process and a disposition was sent out. We have further confirmed from the school district that the hearing was not heard. And we're gonna just rescind and reschedule it.
Correct.
It was not heard. There's no audio recording or anything, so it was not heard.
Yeah, there's more to it, but we don't have to get it.
Correcting for the record, it's 1H96, not 6.
I think it's 196.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Is it 196?
it's 196.
What do you have?
1H19.
Yes. Yes. That's right into the record.
Is there a motion to approve the recommendation? That's read into the record.
Schedule property on page.
Very good. Second? Second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion is approved. Next.
And the last is a resend and reissue for parcel ID 197R30 and 197L32, which are for the same property owner, and they're just error correction.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Mr. Ferguson is read into the record.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Snyder. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved. Next, we go to board approval lists. As you can see, there are a number of years. Before I read the parcel IDs, I'm just going to give you the numbers just to clarify count widgets. For tax year 2025, there were 28 recommendations, tax year 2024, 33. For 2023, there are 10. There are 2 for 2022 tax year. 2022 Y 16. Annual appeal 2022 5, and then tax year 2020. These are all recommendations. I will read into the record first parcel of each one. Interim tax year 2023 parcel ID 2004 M 620 Patrick 320. Next, item number 2, interim tax year 2024 first parcel ID 928M is in Mike 332. Item number 3, tax year 2019 462S is in Sam 366. Tax year 2022 508N is in Nick 2. Number 5, 2024 first parcel ID 58 B is involved 10. Tax year 2025 parcel ID 1821 N is in Nick 26. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Are there any recusals from any of the board? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Motion is carried. My report had a deadline of April 30th on the board assignments. I'm changing that today to May 22nd. There's pending legislation that could affect some of the items that we're working on. Some of you have submitted to the board members what you're working on now, and we'll get to it, but those are the items on the board assignments. Any questions on that? The 22nd.
Comment again, fourth request of the board members. I'm still waiting for suggestions, recommendations, and review of hearing officers. Things we want to include for training and issues with.
Anyone else? All right, there's no old business. Is there a meeting to adjourn? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion that we adjourn for today.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.